All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today again. I am Lorenzo Serna. I'm going to be your host for this episode. I guess episode one. Last time was the pilot. I'm not sure. But for the weekly update around March 1st to the 8th, resisting line 3, the stop line 3 movement. We know a lot is going on across northern Minnesota, across the nation, across the world, as people try to defund and also how to try to stop this pipeline using their bodies. They're just doing everything they really can. And so we want to make sure that we're bringing this information together and sharing it with you, because we know that people out there might not be able to keep up with the vast amount of stuff that's going on. So again, thanks everybody who's watching. We're gonna have a really quick sort of update, and I implore you to implore. We're gonna use implore. Okay, I asked that definitely take some time to look at the hashtag StopLine3. There's a lot of resources out there, so this is gonna be what we put together, but there's a lot more going on, and I just want to make sure you understand that this is just what we have here. But there's other camps that exist. There's other actions going on. There's other organizing going on, and we're just doing our best to try to bring what we can together as people try to stop the tar sands Enbridge tar sands pipeline called Line 3. They're trying to put in the ground right now in northern Minnesota. Thanks for watching from Florida, South Dakota, Oregon, Rapid City, Arizona, two South Dakotas. But thanks for being here. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. We want to make this really quick because we know that a lot of you have a lot going on in your lives, want to spend time with your families as you think about what's going on up north and try to give you an idea of how you can get involved and stuff like that. So let's bear with us. At the end, we'll go through how you can get involved. So here we go. Stop Line 3 weekly update, March 1st through the 8th. So on March 1st, a coalition of groups led actions at 5 different Chase Bank locations across the Twin Cities, with over 100 people attending. These actions were part of a month of action calling on banks to defund Line 3. I mean, also, that happened March 1st. There's all these actions around Chase Bank in the Twin Cities, but also, if you want to get involved in the divestment campaign or defunding, basically fossil fuel infrastructures, you can go ahead and look at Stop the Money Pipeline on Facebook and on Instagram. So if you have time, you can go look at those two places and kind of get more information about how you can get involved with trying to pressure banks to no longer support fossil fuel infrastructure like the Line 3 project. And this is ongoing as well. So this is one way you can get involved, is go check out Stop the Money Pipeline on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're going to keep going. So that was what went on March 1st. On March 3rd, over 70 peaceful protesters were kettled and cited as they participated in a march memorializing the 30th anniversary of the largest ever inland oil spill in North America. The spill occurred as Line 3 ruptured in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, spilling over 1.7 million gallons of oil. So that occurred. You can see some photos kind of swirling there, and 70 people were cited and released. And I'm not sure if they cited, just cited. But they were just trying to bring attention to the largest inland oil spill. A lot of times those oil spills, they go by in the timelines, and it happened 30 years ago, but they want to bring attention. There's also a call to action. So if you want to sort of let the sheriff's company know that, hey, call the Itasca County Sheriff, 218-326-3477. Demand they drop all charges relating to the 70 water protectors who were kettled and cited on the road outside of Grand Rapids. They were gathered peacefully in acknowledgement of the 30th anniversary of the largest ever inland oil spill in the U.S. So like right now, if you want to, you can call that number and you can help out. Again, we're just trying to give different options, different ways for people to be involved. That's one way you could do it. Just to let them know they should drop those charges. We also, on March 5th, on March 5th, hundreds of students from 8 colleges and universities around Minnesota held events calling on their schools to divest from Line 3. So students at Macalester blockaded a city street. St. Olaf students participated in a die-in. You can see the photo there. Students at Gustavus and Adolphus, UMN Twin Cities, and UMN Duluth held rallies, and students at the College of St. Benedict held a teach-in. So that was a student actions going on across the state to stop Line 3. There was also on March 6th. On March 6th, Men 350 outside of the governor's mansion in Minnesota called on Governor Walz to revoke Line 3 permits in the name of safety for Indigenous communities to end the missing and murdered Indigenous women and relatives epidemic. Protesters blockaded Summit Avenue. Last week, we reported that there was 2 Enbridge Line 3 workers who are arrested, I think, for sex trafficking charges. This is something people have been worried about for a long time, as man camps bring in a bunch of outsiders who have no connection to the local community and no accountability at all. And nobody wants this to happen. People just want to be listened to. Nobody wants to do "I told you so." People just want to be listened to. And so again, people have been saying this for a while, and now it's here in Minnesota and it's happening. Nobody's happy about it. And so again, they held this rally in front of the governor's mansion, calling on Governor Walz to revoke Line 3 permits in the name of safety for Indigenous communities to end the missing and murdered Indigenous women and relatives epidemic. Okay. And then the last event we're going to be talking about, and again, we're doing really quick here. We're just trying to give you an overview of all these different things that are going on. Definitely, you can go to those pages and let them unpack, and you can kind of see more of what's going on. So on March 6th, the Welcome Water Protectors held a defendant solidarity event to honor the nearly 200 people who have been cited or arrested while protesting Line 3. Food and stories were shared as people expressed the importance of the work. So over 200 people have been arrested, which is pretty phenomenal. I don't even think that during the it's a lot of people have been arrested. They're holding this space, a healing space, a defendant solidarity, but also a lot of people are, there's trauma associated with these things, and so it's good to see the people making these spaces to bring people together to sort of heal. As people try to defend the land, they try to defend the water, they try to defend the future. The idea they have a future for the future generations, and through that, they're experiencing trauma as they watch the land being destroyed in front of their eyes, as they watch the pipeline company drill underneath rivers. There's a lot of trauma involved with that. So they brought the people together in this really beautiful space. I wish I was able to go. I was not. And just to just acknowledge that this is happening. So yeah, just wanted to share that one. And so here's some pages you can go to too, just really quick. So if you want to find more information about different things, you can go to the GNU Collective, and you want to get involved too, right? So you're like, oh wow, look at all this stuff going on, I didn't even know. If you want to get involved, if you want to show up, it's good to message people before you do. I really suggest it. Know their protocols, know how your behavior, come in a good way. Don't think you get to come and bring your ego into the space, right? You're coming to support. And so let's definitely make sure you reach out. This is the GNU Collective, GINIW. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to reach out to them, there's also Honor the Earth out there. You can reach out to those folks as well. And then Camp McGizzy is out there. Again, the Line 3 fight is across northern Minnesota. It covers hundreds of miles, right? So a lot of people conceive of this as Standing Rock. I've heard that rhetoric a lot. Standing Rock was located in this one spot with the pipelines building towards it, right? The Line 3 fight is all these camps are located along the line, and the pipes are being built from every direction towards those camps, right? And so right now, Enbridge is trying to build the pipe as quickly as possible, and they're building in all of these different locations, trying to just get it done at the same time. And so that's kind of why there's all of these different camps spread out across the tree territory of the Anishinaabe, across the different lakes they're trying to protect, across the lands they're trying to protect. There's a lot. We're going to go to this last slide, then we'll go back to the chat, check in with you really quick, then we'll probably just go down. Again, we just want to do this so you have the ability to watch a quick video and get a sense of what happened. And we're still working on it. Again, this is, I think, our second episode. So thanks for being here. You're witnessing that. And this is the tiny URL, tinyurl.com/resist line 3. If you type that in, it's going to bring you to here. I don't know. I just love this thing so much. So I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, I missed. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at it. So again, one of the goals of this is how can you get involved? A lot of people have those questions. A lot of people want to be involved, but they don't really know how. And also, what is your level of involvement that you want to have, right? You don't need to always go and just burn yourself out to a crisp and, the top of the wick of the candle at the end, and it's just ashes to fall over. That's not what people are trying to do, I don't think. And so what's the best way for you to get involved is going to be maybe check this out. tinyurl.com resist line 3. It's going to bring you to this page here. You can see it scrolling. I'm just going to read some of these prompts because I like them. So it's I want to learn more about direct action and participate in it. You're I don't know what direct action is. You can join the movement. There's virtual orientation calls to join on the front lines. Someone's saying the frames look great. Thanks a lot to the collaborative effort of this. Somebody else made the frames. I can't make graphics. I'm just so bad at it. So thank you so much for that comment, and our team really appreciates it. So you can join the movement Stop Line 3 for virtual orientation calls. You join on the front lines. You just click there. You can find out when they're happening. You can go and you can listen, decide for yourself what you want to do. You decide. Join Virtual Nonviolent Direct Action Train, NVDA, hosted by Northfield against Line 3. Again, you can go here. You see the hyperlink. You can click it. You can fill out the form to join the mass mobilization. You want to fill out a form about it. There's a form for you. You want to just follow along and see what's happening on the front lines. We've suggested some pages. There's more here. You can see the Rise Coalition, Gitchigumi Scouts, Honor the Earth, Red Lake Treaty Camp, Indigenous Environmental Network. These are all different organizations that are up there, sort of involved in different ways, and their pages are definitely sharing information. So I would suggest going to check any of those pages out, and you will get very up-to-date information on what they're doing, but also you'll be able to see the ground, I think, pretty clearly. Like, a lot of these pages have constant live feeds. Like, the actions that are happening are pretty constant, and people need support. Oh, that thing just beeped. I should have turned it off. And this is like Welcome Water Protectors. It's a pretty interesting space. You can see it right here. It's on Facebook. Again, it's public information. And you can kind of, it's a good place to get orientated. There's a Scout the Ongoing Construction with Watch the Line MN. Again, a lot of the construction that's going on, like, there's sometimes breaking the law, the laws that are written down, but there's nobody to witness it. Right. So a lot of people, they go and they witness it and document it and report it. Right. So that's the Scout, the Ongoing Construction. And, there is OSHA rules. There is all these rules that usually they're working so fast. So people want to go and witness to make sure that they are doing things within what's laid out as proper. But of course, building a pipeline through a river is what we're trying to stop. That's what they're doing. They're trying to do it properly. We probably disagree it isn't proper. You can follow Resist Line 3, where we got this weekly update. They're the ones who kind of like get us these frames. So if you want to go look at them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, they put this out in a frame way. I just kind of like take their frames and talk about it with you. And then I want to participate in urban action. So you're in the cities. What can you do there? You can join MM350's virtual calls to action every other Thursday at 6:30 p.m. You can follow other local organizations who are fighting Line 3. You can see there's Health Professionals for Healthy Climate, Sunrise Movement, Science for the People. Science for the People. Twin Cities DCA, Pipeline Legal Action. You can just go check them out. You decide. Again, all on you. Whatever you want to do, up to you. I want to redistribute my money and share my talents and/or provide material support. Again, you can see the Amazon wish list. Don't be ordering from Amazon right now. We're on. Just don't do that right now. Let's wait a week. MN350 Frontline Support Drive. The movement to stop. There's a union drive at Amazon. We just want to stand in solidarity. So just give them a second. The movement to stop Line 3. Linktree. Donate here to support Friends, the Headwires. So you can go. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. I could keep going forever, but the suggestion is that you go look and you go click on stuff and you decide if you want to do anything or not. Maybe you're just happy getting the information. That makes me happy because we gave it to you. I am going to bring us back to the chat, which I think is right here. I want to say thank you to everyone who said hello. We got some people from Tucson, Arizona. Well, let me wrap it up first. So thanks everyone for joining us. This was a Stop Line 3 weekly update, March 1st through the 7th. Again, is very at the beginning. We're hoping that next week, maybe the week afterwards, after the sort of update we just gave you, we'll do an interview and discuss with maybe somebody from the front lines, somebody at a different camp, or just different people to give us more insight and unpack sort of the reality of what's happening right now. As we live in this moment of climate collapse, there's people literally on the ground trying to stop the destruction of the climate and the environment and for the future. And so I want to put that in some sort of context because it's what's happening. It's where we're at. It's like the reality of our situation. And so we'll be coming back to this. We'll be coming back to this next week at 7 p.m. I'm probably not going to be the host forever. We're working on bringing a different host and sort of just upgrading graphics. We had somebody actually mention the graphics. Thank you so much for that. We are, going to keep working on this to kind of refine it and make it, I don't know, make it maybe what you want. Make it nicer. I don't know. Let's make it good. But that's it. I think that's everything. If anybody has any last comments or anything, you can drop them in the chat right now. I'm watching it. If not, again, thanks for watching from Rapid City, Portland, Oregon, Flandreau, South Dakota, Florida, USA, the Panhandle on the Gulf of Mexico. That's where they're at. Betty, Oregon. Oh, sorry. I didn't say it right, I think. From Seattle, Duma Witmish Coast Salish Land, and Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks, Lee. All right, that's the whole show. Thanks for joining us. Again, don't forget to hit follow, like, and share. This is originating right now from the internet. I was your host, Lorenzo Serna. I'm a director of tactical media at the Indian Collective. This was in collaboration with like IAN, I think the Line 3 Media Collective, a whole bunch of different other people are giving insight into sort of like building this together. So it's been a really fun process for us to work in collaboration and also work in a good way. Um, and thanks for liking the backdrop from Maryland. But yeah, we're just trying to make sure that we organize this in a good way for everyone who's involved. And so that's what we've been doing, and I hope you like it so far. And we'll see you next week. Thanks again. Stop light.